Peace and blessings, y'all. So today I feel very called to re-record and share this astrological collective message that I tried sharing last week and I had some issues uploading it. So I took that as the sign of it not being the right time to send that message. And I've been very careful on the things that I've been sharing collectively because we are in such a state of human turmoil, fear, and the unknown, while we are in a universal and earthly state of panic, pandemic, and a lot of us are going through major external and internal shifts. So I know a lot of us have been feeling very heavy emotionally, spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, just going through the whole shindig. And it's because as a collective, we are making paradigm shifts. And as things kind of come through, I do have a notebook down, so if you see me writing and I have my pencil, that's kind of what I'm doing, just because a lot of things that I want to say come out at the same time sometimes, and I start to have like word jumble. So that's what this is if you see me like scribbling away. But right now we are in such a state where we internally feel like the world is on our shoulders, and we feel like the world as we once knew it has completely changed, and the routines and the rituals and the way that we sought out our daily lives have been shaken up in a way that's made us really look into our core beings and to dig down into the roots, to dig deep into the soil of who we truly are outside of the external layers that society and other people have kind of put on us. And whether that's expectations, whether that's with your career or education, whether that's with the way that you go about relationships and where people think that you should be in life, and maybe you're even putting yourself in these boxes, we're completely rewriting the narrative that we've been living under other people's pencil. And we're learning that when we start to move inwards and take it slow and stop leaning so much on our external factors and the convenience of life and other people's resources, that we start to do this internal work and we really realize that we are capable of so much more than we thought ourselves to be. And this internal light and this love that we want to exude and we so much feel that we need from other people, we're seeing that everything is right in front of us, and that it starts with us to shift internally and to move past what we once knew in order to flourish and grow. And our planets are a large reminder of that, because astrology and the stars are always just signs and kind of like a blueprint to our lives, because we as a collective are stardust. We are made of everything that the universe has to offer, and it is not specific to one person, but there are specific planets that affect us on a deeper generational and collective level, and we're feeling those shifts right now. This quarantine time, as I like to call it, has been a deep space for people to forget about time, and to forget about the pressures of getting to a specific place, whether it's spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally, growing on someone else's timeline. We're all different. We're all unique. We all have our different paths. And yes, we all tend to walk in similar routes or on similar paths. So we have seen some of the same barriers and things that might block our paths. Therefore, we can help other people with the tools that we have gained on our own journey when we've come across these barriers. And we can give them our own insight and our own knowledge and show them how we grew past or saw past or jumped over these larger than life barriers that we feel are constricting us. And when we allow other people to share the knowledge that they've gained in their own journeys, we know that they are not trying to one-up us, and we can dissemble the ego and we can rewrite that narrative once again that we've been telling ourselves. And we can understand that other people have been through maybe similar things, not the exact same thing, because the exact same thing is just one's perspective. But we know that they can give insight to help us grow and move past what may be restricting us, because we are just one, and we are just one. So as the planets shift and move, we have a couple of generational planets, and they are Uranus, Pluto, Neptune, and I'm also going to throw in a little bit of Chiron and Black Moon Lilith, because those aspects play a large part in the collective energy that we're currently feeling as well. And Uranus is currently in Taurus, Neptune is in Pisces, Pluto is in Capricorn, and both our Black Moon Lilith and our Chiron as a collective are in Aries. So this energy is heavy because we're doing the inner work and we're breaking free of other people's cages that they've put us in, of other people's walls, of other people's shit that they've put on us, or that we think that they've put on us, because that is just internal perspective. And we're starting to do the work and realizing that everything starts from within. In the first 7 years of our lives, were the programming that we have to unprogram and look within in order to understand the deep-rooted issues, pain, dis-ease, and illnesses that we've created by reciprocating the same patterns that are alternating and altering our DNA on a biomolecular and microscopic level, because we are energy. So how are we going to move as a collective to move this energy within us to become the divine light that we're meant to be? And it starts in our childhood. Where in our childhood? What deep-rooted issues? Where the fuck were you told at some point? What things are you holding on to that's not really you? Have you sat in this time with yourself to truly understand what's you and what other people are putting on you that you've taken on as that narrative of yourself? And so Black Moon Lilith and our Chiron are in Aries, and Aries is that first astrological sign, our childhood sign, and we are moving past our childhood traumas. And we can feel that as a generation, we're moving out of those patterns and we're breaking free from our parents and our grandparents' way of living. And we can also see that in our way of Pluto and Uranus, because Uranus is in Taurus as we moved away from Aries, that masculine energy. And Pluto in Capricorn, we're restructuring and really working through the way we move through our systems, politically, educational, financially, and on an internal level as well, with our routines and our rituals and the things that we allow and the people that we allow and the energy that we allow in our lives. And I always like to say that Uranus is radioactive. It's like uranium, right? When you think about the elements. And when things don't match up and when things kind of cause that friction and it's that liberation and that change, it can cause things to explode. And right now we are causing friction. We are moving past that deep-rooted masculine collective energy and moving into that divine energy of creativity, of intuitive energy, of compassion, of empathy, and we're healing ourselves, and in turn we're healing others. And Neptune shows us in that space that we're in this dreamy state, and although what we are living in right now feels like a dream, it's because we are manifesting and rewriting the dreams and the change that we've wished to see in our world. So I'll break all of these planets down on an individual basis and breaking all of the signs down on an individual basis. But if you feel this energy as a collective, know that you are not alone in this, and that the pain and the deep-rooted suffering that you feel from this and the fear and the anxiety and the depression is real, and it's normal, and it's because you are working through things that you've taken on as the narrative of yourself. So it starts with you today to rewrite exactly who you're meant to be, because you are exactly where you are meant to be. Thank you so much for listening, tuning into this video, and